now, let's speak to Giray Sadik. He is an associate professor of international relations at Yıldırım Beyazıt University in Ankara. He joins us now live. Thanks so much for speaking to us. You know, there were so many very big issues, let's put it that way, as Andrew was talking about there, from the economic relationship to geopolitical issues, this meeting coming up in Idlib, coordinating between Russia, Germany, Turkey, and France on Syria. Yet it seemed, I'll ask you this, when they went to the press, it seemed like the main issue for the press, and at the beginning at least for President Erdogan, were the issues of suspects of the FETÖ terror organization in Germany, and then Germany's issue with particularly Can Dündar, the former editor of Hürriyet, and other German nationals detained in Turkey.
Those are the main, if you wish, contentious issues as at the end of the political dialogue today. But we see that there are some differences between those countries in them. What we see in common that both leaders refrained from discussing the specifics of the court cases, and there is a mutual understanding to the need for respect to judiciary in Germany and Turkey. Both President Erdogan and Chancellor Merkel refrained from talking about the details. Another issue in common that although there may be differences on those issues, both related, that both countries agree, as in Germany, PKK as terrorist organization, but they have some differences on the implementation and how to proceed further. Nevertheless, both leaders also stated that those differences should not prevent cooperation in other areas of key importance, such as the situation in Syria, such as the need for increasing shared responsibility of Turkey, EU, and therefore Germany on refugees. And as Chancellor Merkel announced, that in October, in that regard, there is a forthcoming meeting between Chancellor Merkel, President Erdogan, President Putin, and French President as well.
Right.
So those can be the related highlights.
Yeah. And I mean, do you think going into their meeting tomorrow, they did stress that they will have extensive discussions over breakfast on Saturday morning, actually. Do you think these issues about their independent judiciaries and how they treat, you know, certain suspects that the other countries would like to see either extradited or released, those will be left at the bottom of the priority list here because these major issues, particularly on the economy and security, will take priority tomorrow before President Erdogan leaves Germany?
Certainly, that looks like that is the case of entire visit, economy and security being the predominant items on the agenda, both for Turkey and Germany. Today we see more foreign policy and security dimensions discussed, and as a result we have the forthcoming summit in October. And for tomorrow, it looks like economy and the details about Turkish-German cooperation will be discussed. President Erdogan hinted a few issues from defense industry to digital transformation, as well as German contribution in terms of refugees and to further development of Turkish economy.
Yeah, and on the economy, I mean, he said bilateral relations really need to be worked on as far as the economy is concerned because they have so much to discuss. Everything from those security issues you were talking about to tourism, how important the relationship is economically and in securities, in the security respect to Germany and Turkey. So tell us, I mean, about just how much the economic issues actually feed into the broader issues of security into Turkey, and how Germany and Turkey need to move forward to strengthen all those aspects of their relationship.
That is indeed important because both countries are NATO members, and therefore they are both influenced with shocking waves of Trump and trade restrictions, and as President Erdogan said, of using commercial mechanisms or economy to punish all countries is not acceptable, but especially when it's the allies, then it becomes additional problem leading to further questioning strategic relations at transatlantic level as well. In that regard, being on the same side of Atlantic and Turkey being the candidate of EU, Turkey and Germany are important partners, and therefore they need to cooperate in that fashion. With economy, details need to be hammered out, but as President Erdogan highlighted, there is a need for a win-win approach that is both important for Turkish economy and German economy, as Germany is not only the main power in Europe, in the European Union, but also Turkey's largest trading partner, and that is true for foreign trade, but as well as for foreign direct investment, tourism, and other economy-related issues, which hint that they will be further explored in the forthcoming German Minister of Finance visit in October to Turkey.
You know what, before I let you go, let me just ask you this question. As an observer yourself,
will be hammered out tomorrow. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say, as an observer yourself to this press conference and to the state visit to Germany, are you feeling encouraged? Is this a big step in a positive direction for the Turkish-German relationship, or do you feel there may still be too many obstacles in the way before we can get too optimistic?
I think that's an important step, first of all, being the first state visit and the other details. Looking to details of Chancellor Merkel and President Erdogan's speeches, we see some differences, but we see also the desire or political momentum push to further overcome those differences, however difficult they may be. In certain issues, expecting immediate results may not be as realistic, but in terms of the broader cooperation, in terms of refugees, situation of Syria, and forthcoming summit in Turkey in October, are all reasons to be more hopeful on political level. At economic level, then we need to wait and see for tomorrow for details. And it looks like also tomorrow's details may be more at strategic level or head of state level. And when German minister visiting Turkey, we can have further details on the implementation, action plan, and further details in that regard.
Okay, Professor, we will leave it there. Thank you so much for that. Live from Ankara.